President, yes.
Who are we waiting for, Dr. McCabe?
Yes, Dr. McCabe and Counselor Cave are not on the call as of yet.
Okay. We'll wait one more. Can you try to contact them?
Sure, yes.
Has there been any luck getting in touch with either one of them?
No luck as of yet, no, Madam President.
All right, so I don't want to hold hold this on a Friday night, so I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. It is 6:03. Mr. Gibbs, do you have your disclosure?
Good evening, everyone. This is a public meeting of the Yeadon Borough Council. As is pursuant to the Governor's Emergency Declaration, to be conducted via Zoom. As such, the meeting is being recorded. There is no reasonable expectation of privacy in this meeting. By participating in the meeting, you're consenting to being recorded. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any citizens for a citizens forum?
If you're here as a citizen and would like to be recognized, please raise your hand and we will call on you. No hands raised, ma'am.
All right, thank you very much. We have one matter on our agenda this evening. It is the approval for the appointment of Jillian Thorogood as our deputy tax collector. Is there a motion?
So moved, Madam President.
Second.
Having been moved and properly seconded on the question.
Yes, I have a question. This is Liana Roquel. The matter of approving a deputy tax collector, when did this come about? Because this is the first time that I'm hearing of it. And
the recommendation was made earlier this week, and it does need to be a special meeting of council. There were several residents who received some erroneous information from the county regarding their property taxes, and we need assistance with making sure that all of that is rectified.
Okay, so my second question is with respect to advising the residents of this meeting, how was that advertised?
Mr. Gibbs?
Was that pursuant to the Borough Code? It was advertised in the Delaware County Times 24 hours before the meeting. It was advertised yesterday.
Okay. And just so that I understand the process correctly, I was under the impression when I did a little reading that the elected tax collector gets to appoint his or her deputy tax collector by filling out a form, filling in the name of the person she would like to have as deputy tax collector, and also soliciting signatures of residents. Is that a process that has to be done before we approve or after we approve?
So I think that what you may have read was the township regulations. For boroughs, The tax collector makes an appointment.
Is it possible that people can be muted? There's some background noise
I'm
that's
sorry.
coming in.
That's my kid. That's my kids. I'm sorry. Hey guys, go another room. Go another room. Can you take them with you? Robinson. For a borough, I apologize for that. The tax collector makes an appointment, and once the tax collector makes an appointment, the surety and the borough have to approve it. There's no requirement for taxpayers to sign for a borough.
Okay, so the tax collector make the appointment, and then the council will approve, and then the surety company will approve?
I've talked to the surety company, and so has Nafis Nichols. They have approved already.
They have
The only thing
approved
outstanding
already.
Yes.
Yes, Counselor, the only thing they need is for the governing body to make a motion and approve the action so that they can sign off on it. They need the head of the governing body to sign off on an application once council approves it.
Okay, what about the credentials of the proposed deputy tax collector? How do we approve someone that we know absolutely nothing about?
It's an
There's no
appointment.
requirement under the borough code for the tax collector to give you credentials.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
There's no requirement
There's no
under the borough
requirement in the
code.
borough code for the tax collector to give any credentials.
Oh, so it's okay that we just approve anyone. It doesn't matter if they have experience or anything.
So that doesn't matter for the actual tax collector. So we wouldn't carry that requirement for a deputy tax collector.
Okay.
They have to be approved by the surety, which means they're bonded as a tax collector.
I have a question. Mr. Gibbs, can you explain exactly what the deputy tax collector responsibility would be?
To assist the tax collector in the performance of her duties, and in the event that the tax collector was unable to perform her duties, to perform those duties.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so I will proceed with the roll call vote in the order that councilors appear on my screen. Councilor Jones Waters.
Yes.
Councilor Roadcloud.
No.
Councilor Francis.
Yes.
Councilor Johnson.
Yes.
That's a yes from me. The motion carries. I just wanted to, so I see Dr. McCabe has raised her hand.
Yeah, Madam President, I think Dr. McCabe and Councilor Cave are both on the call now, I believe. I see.
Okay, I see Councilor McCabe, I can see raised her hand. Mr. Gibbs, can you let her in and inquire as to whether that's a yes vote for her or? Whether she has a question. Because I don't think she's all the way in the meeting. I think she's
Madam President, you have to let her in.
How will I let her in? Okay. Councilor Cave sent me a text that says yes for him. I guess he's in the meeting as well. I'm not sure how to let them in.
So if you go to view attendee list, you would click the name, and then you would hit promote to panelist.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. Cave and Dr. McCabe have been promoted to panelists.
Yes, my
Okay.
answer is yes.
Thank you, Dr. McCabe. I'm sorry I didn't realize that you were in the waiting area. Councilor Cave?
Yes.
All right. So I just want to give you, okay. So that's, the motion does carry. And that concludes our business for this evening. Mr. Yes, Mayor Hopkins?
Yeah. Can we just confirm while we have everybody, all the elected officials here, and it's an open meeting, that we're getting a lot of inquiries about voting, namely the ballot box. So that has been installed. I think everybody knows. So that's an operation, and I know that the Trump administration had sent surreptitious cameras photographing or videotaping people in Philadelphia dropping off ballots. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, solicitor, that the person, the person voting can drop off their ballot box, the ballot box, unless you're in a situation where I believe there's some exceptions, ADA require or whatever, but I'm not sure how you go about getting that approval. But
you don't need approval. And I'm going to be careful because I'm involved in some election litigation. But you don't need approval. There's a declaration on the back of the mail-in ballot envelope that if you need assistance, you can fill that declaration out.
Okay. All right, because that's come up, and that's in the national news now, where they've converged in Philadelphia, because apparently if the election doesn't come out a certain way, certain parties are going to say that there's fraud. So anyway, I just want us to be, since we're here, and this is really new on the news, this came out in the last 48 hours, that we're all aware of it. So
Okay, so the recommendation is to make sure you drop your own ballot off into the ballot box unless you complete the declaration allowing someone else to do so on your behalf. Whatever it is, make sure that you do it properly, that your ballot is tucked in the secrecy envelope if you're voting by mail. And the deadline, the recommended deadline has passed to drop it in an actual mailbox. So the recommendation now is ballot box and to the Election Bureau. Thank you, Mayor, for bringing that up. And without further ado, I'd like to ask for a motion to adjourn.
So moved, Madam President. Second.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for complying with the last minute request, and I look forward to getting our tax payments back on track. Thank you, Ms. James, for making the recommendation and all that you do for our borough. Have a good evening, everyone.
Take care. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.